Hey, welcome to Sports Unfolded NBA ranking show. I am your host, Eric. Big dog right there, Kenny, finally joining us again. We're excited to have you.
Uh, I'm excited to be here. Good morning.
How
Good
are you?
morning.
How you been?
Good.
Good. So, obviously, with it being the off season, there's a lot of different things we can discuss. So, we've chose a few different topics that we were going to talk about today. One being, first off, we're going to talk about the gentleman I'm going to bring up on the screen, and that's Bill Russell.
Mm.
So legend of the Boston Celtics for so many years. Unfortunately, passed away at 88 this week. Just your first impressions, overall thoughts of what he meant to you, obviously, as a Boston Celtics fan.
He was everything. Great player, an activist. You'd see him around town when I was a kid. I met him one time at a basketball camp. He was a great guy.
Right, just his accolades alone. 15. He averaged 15.1 points a game, 22.5 rebounds. Kenny,
Yeah,
like who does that?
yeah,
12-time All Star, 11-time All NBA, 5-time MVP. He won the total rebound championship 4 times. And then there's some little thing about 11 championships. Nothing crazy.
yeah. Nothing crazy. Yeah,
Nothing
nothing
crazy.
crazy.
So you think about where we are as a sports fan today. We think about Tom Brady, 7 championships, and Bill Russell's honestly the GOAT of all time when it comes to athletes. If you want to really go that route, just the fact that he won 11 championships, 2 as a player coach. I mean that
Yep,
that alone.
yep,
He was
yep,
162 and 83 as a coach. He had a 66% winning percentage as a coach.
yeah.
28 and 18 as a in the playoffs, and he won the 2 championships. So I think you hit it right on the head though when you talk about not just a player but the activist, right? What he meant for the African American community, how he stood up during Vietnam with Muhammad
Yep,
Ali and all those great athletes,
yep.
and was willing to put look at
Mhm.
that, right? Wow, no plug intended there. That was pretty good. But just an amazing play, and you never heard bad things about him. Like even when
No.
from the NBA circle, he was always still around, still active in the NBA. Most of those guys that even play today still, cherish the fact that they got to speak to him and the knowledge he was able to bring. There was a great picture of him and Bird the other day, and Bird was just, saying how he used to love just having conversations with Bill Russell. So he will be missed, but an amazing
Yes, he
career,
will.
amazing life. I think
Yes.
you hit it on the head. The fact that you met him is really cool. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool as well. So,
Yeah.
how many
As a little
times you get
kid
to
at
meet him?
basketball camp.
Yeah. What was your position? What were you playing? Were you trying to be a Bill Russell? Were you going to be a center?
I was trying to be a Charles Barkley. I
Oh,
was,
really?
I was
Okay.
trying,
Big
yeah, I was
power
trying,
forward.
yeah, I was trying to be the big power forward, shoot the three, and it was like, no, stop shooting threes. I was like, okay, all right, well, that's what Charles does.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So, let's get into some current NBA action. So, there's been some tampering allegations. First off, with the New York Knicks and Jalen Brunson. Your overall thoughts on, first of all, why would the Knicks tamper with Jalen Brunson, and then,
Yeah.
secondly, do you think that it actually has some merit?
No, not at all. I mean, come on, it's Jalen Brunson. I can see KD, I can see LeBron James. Come on, be let's be real here. I know the Knicks are like, James Dolan is like, oh, but it's the Knicks. Give him, we'll give him a little bit of credit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of credit.
I mean, there's a lot of his family member in the organization. So, I mean, it depends on how you consider tampering. I'm sure they hang out and they have family functions, things of that nature. I mean, I don't think this
Yeah,
one's as big a deal. as people may look at it. I am a little more concerned about the James Harden 76ers situation because I do feel like there was some backdoor deal that would say basically, look, James, we want to get these players in. We're still gonna sign you. We're still gonna get you a decent deal, but we need you to opt out of that player option.
Yep.
I would be concerned on this one.
Me too. Me too.
It just doesn't make sense how you pass up what about $12 million. I think ultimately was 12 million. No, maybe more than 14 million, right?
More than
14
million.
million
Yeah, 14, yeah.
dollars. For what reason? Yeah, it's not like James Harden is still the James Harden of 4 or 5 years ago, where he's guaranteed to get another big contract. He's playing for contracts right now.
Yeah.
And then the Sixers went out, made some deals, picked up some guys, and then signed James Harden after they knew they had the money to do it. So I would be a lot more curious to see how that one turns out.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too.
And it's just baffling to me because today's player, you don't normally see that. So if it was something where this is pretty common, but most of these guys don't pass up extra money. So I did want to talk about something that I thought would be fun. I want to play a little game with you today.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's do it.
So there are a bunch of former Lakers that are currently free agents. And I'm going to go through each one of them. And I want you to give me, will they continue to play in the league? And B, if so, where do you think they'll head? Are they going to re-sign with the Lakers? Or are they going somewhere else? All right.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
So first one, Carmelo Anthony, who's 38, 13.3 points last season, 4.2 rebounds. And as you see this list, you're going to realize that the Lakers just don't pass the ball. He averaged 1 assist last season. It's pretty common through the list. They really don't pass the ball. But Carmelo Anthony, is he going to return to the NBA next season at 38? And if so, where's he going to
go? He will return. And he'll either go to the Pistons or the Kings.
Really? So you think he goes to one of these teams that doesn't have a shot to win a championship?
Right, yes.
So I've read, and there's a little rumor out there, possibly the Golden State Warriors. So we'll see. 38 years old, though. Obviously, he still has something in the tank. I mean, 13 points a game, honestly, isn't bad, considering his age. All right, next one. Dwight Howard, who's 36, averaged 6.2 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 0.6 assists. 0.6. Not even a 1 in front of that. Yeah, I told you, they really don't pass the ball in L.A. I guess it's a thing. Dwight Howard. Staying, going.
He's staying.
Staying with LA.
Yeah, staying with LA.
He was rumored to Miami as a possibility, but I think he retires because you, of all people, should know that he's trying to start his WWE career.
Oh, God. Oh.
Dwight Howard in the WWE.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be around.
Yeah.
You don't think so? You don't think he's doing it?
Yeah.
Just to get his name out there?
He wants to be like Shaq so bad. It's ridiculous. He wants to be like
Would he be a heel or
so bad.
You think he'd be a heel?
Oh, he'd be a baby face.
Oh, okay.
He'd be a baby face.
All right. But so you think he stays with LA?
Yeah, he stays with LA.
All right.
One more year.
One more year? All right. How about Avery Bradley? 31 years old, 6.4 points, 2.2 rebounds, 0.8 assists. I mean, these guys really pass the ball a lot over now. LeBron take the ball. Russ, take the ball. Nobody else pass. I don't
AD take the
know.
ball. Nobody else pass.
I don't know what. Wow.
Uh,
But Avery Bradley, so former Boston Celtic, he's bounced around now. Obviously, he's had some injuries. He's still 31, so obviously, out of all these gentlemen, he's the youngest of the group. So I think he stays. Well, I think he's going to play.
Yeah.
I don't think he stays with LA.
No, he doesn't
Do you
stay with
have
LA.
a team you think he should go to, or would? What team should he go to?
He needs to come home. Boston Celtics needs to come home.
It's been talked about. I mean, defensively, what he brings, and you think about what Boston tries to do. Offensively, he's not that player anymore. So
but he knows the town, he knows the situation, and he's been there before.
Avery Bradley to Boston.
So,
all right.
Yeah,
Kent Bazemore, 33 years old, 3.4 points, 1.8 rebounds, 0.9 assists. We're going up. We're going in the right direction. He's been a journeyman. He's been around as well. He's kind of bounced around. Bazemore.
He's a small forward, right? Or power forward?
Yeah, shooting guard, small forward. That.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah, he's gone.
Gone. He's signing with somebody else.
Into Atlanta. Yeah.
Atlanta, which he formerly from Atlanta. So you could see that move reunion. DJ Augustine, 34 years old, 5.3 points.
DJ.
1.2 rebounds, 1.9 assists. We got it, hey. So almost 2 assists.
Ooh. DJ Augustine, he stays.
So him and Howard, you got staying right now. Again, I think backup point guard, you know what I mean? Who knows what's going on with Russ? That situation.
Russell,
yeah, that'll be an interesting situation. This one was interesting. How about Rajon Rondo? 36 years old, 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 4.4 assists. Played 18 games with the Lakers last season.
Yeah.
He's got a little domestic violence situation going on that may not allow him to play in the NBA. But if everything's cleared up, will he be in the NBA next season?
No.
You think he's run his course?
Yeah, he's run his course.
Yeah, I think similar. Look, all the accolades, everything he was able to do. But there was always been that backstory, and from the Boston days that he was just very difficult to work with. One of these guys that just seemed to always have some kind of issue. And I think he's finally, a lot of teams just don't want to deal with it. And he was with Cleveland last season, and they were trying to make a playoff run. And, I just usually you get a guy like this, and there's a team, let's say like a Miami or a Denver or somewhere where you say, look, that they just need a good, solid backup guy. He'd fit. And I don't think they want to deal with the all the extracurricular activities that go on with Rajon Rondo. Not at 36.
He's done.
He's done. He should be part of that picture in the back with you, though. I think there was a big fall back then.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
They say big three. He was such a big piece of that in Boston. What about Trevor Ariza, who came out of retirement? He's 37, 4 points a game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.1 assists. Played 24 games with the Lakers.
Done. Retired. He's gonna retire again.
I think so.
He should. He was a good player. He was a real good player.
He really was. He reminded me a lot of and I'm not saying they're the same player, but the Microwave in Detroit.
Oh, Vinny.
Back in the day. Right?
Vinny. Yeah, Vinny. Yeah. Right?
But you think about, they used to come in, be able to score quick, get some points. Him, Jamal Crawford, same kind of caliber to me. They would be able to put up 15 points in a matter of a quarter, and then all of a sudden they don't do anything else. But they give you that spark, and maybe I could see him coming back late in the season. Again, playoff team needs a piece, needs a veteran. I could see that, but I think I agree with you. He stays retired. He ain't playing 82 games.
Yeah.
He ain't going out there and saying I'm coming back.
No.
The last one's going to touch you a little bit. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Isaiah Thomas, 33, 8.4 points, 1.3 rebounds, 1.5 assists. Played 22 games with the Lakers last season.
How many games did he play?
22 with the Lakers.
I ain't never seen him. I ain't never seen him on the court.
Well, in all fairness, the Lakers really weren't very good and weren't on TV much towards the end of it.
Was it 1 minute increments?
I don't know.
Yeah,
8.4 points last season.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Was that to give a foul? Go ahead and get a foul and come right back.
IT, baby.
IT.
So I'm sure he wants to play. I know that.
Yeah, he wants to play. But
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
Because not only did Dirty Age do him dirty, but he just never recovered from that injury. It was just like it would have been a great start if he was able to come back and then be the same player, but he never was.
Yeah. Nope.
So there's been rumors about possibly a reunion with Boston. If you had a choice of him or Bradley, this is a hard-hitting question.
Ooh.
Now, you can't, as a Boston Celtics fan, honestly say when his sister passed away and the game he had in the playoff that you wouldn't want to see that again in Boston.
That's true. I would like to see that again. I would like to see that. Yeah, I'd like to see that again. But he's not the same player though.
Yeah,
he's lost a step. I think he's lost that spark, that flame, and he has to get it back because he was a real good player and on his way to be a great player. But then,
it's so disappointing. And again, when it's in the NBA, those little guys, and we call them little because again, usually anything under 6 feet is considered little in the NBA.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. And he's 6'1" maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Small guy. And just his heart in Boston, what he brought to the Boston Celtics. But it'd be pretty interesting to see. I'm sure he'll get picked up somewhere. I can't see him not. So we got Ariza retiring. You think Howard and Augustine back to the Lakers? Melo?
Yep.
That was an interesting one with Melo. Kings or Pistons, huh? So I know we had talked about, and before we finish up, you had some predictions on teams that were going to make the playoffs next season. We are about a month away from our MFL special where we break down all the teams. We do our preview show. If you didn't see last year's, just check it out because Kenny comes through every time with some hard-hitting very interesting takes on who's going to. Jared Goff was the next Brett Favre.
MVP.
So I'm a little afraid of what you're going to say right now about these teams that are going to the playoffs next season.
Oh, jeez.
So, Kenny, who is that? Who's that surprise team for you that is going to make the playoffs?
The Detroit Pistons.
Detroit Pistons.
Ivy is if Ivy is everything that they say, this guy is going to be great. This guy is going to be outstanding. He's a good player. Another team, Sacramento Kings, Keegan Murray, Summer League. OMG. He was phenomenal in Summer League. He was great. That kid can play.
So we've seen
So
guys
Detroit,
tear it up in summer league.
Sacramento.
Okay. So do you realize there was a stat that came out the other day, and I think there's 5 active players still in the league the last time or that played Sacramento in the playoffs, or it was something crazy. Like Sacramento's been out of the playoffs for so long now that there's not even guys in the league that have seen them in the playoffs. So that
Yeah,
one's a
right.
very interesting take. Who else did you have? You had another team?
Did I?
Oh, no, okay. I thought you were going to
No.
say something else there. So Sacramento, Detroit, they had the number 1 pick last year, right? So you could see if they mature enough in the possibility. But which team you taking out of the East? So that's the interesting
Geez.
part. Because
it's very important.
so Boston, Milwaukee, Miami, Brooklyn. See, you didn't think I'd come hard like this, did you?
Oh, jeez, Brooklyn. Oh, they're not. You've heard it here first. They're not going to make the playoffs. Okay, they're not going to make the playoffs. The Nets are not going to make the playoffs. The Nets are not going. The Nets are not going to make the playoffs. Okay, right. Who's going to lead them? Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, and I feel so bad for Ben. I feel so bad.
I got a feeling Kevin Durant's going to still be around.
No, I don't.
I just got a feeling.
So. No.
All right. How about? All right. Let's look at it this way: the Heat were the number 1 seed. Boston 2, Bucks 3, Sixers 4, Raptors 5, Bulls 6, Nets 7, Hawks 8. So those are your top 8. Are those all back in the playoffs next season?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the teams that you would play, 7 through 10, right? So then, excuse me, then you got the Cavaliers and the Hornets.
Hornets.
So the Hornets are out.
No,
you would try.
The Hornets are going to make the playoffs.
All right. So Cavs are
Hornets
out.
are going to make the play. Michael Jordan. Yeah, Cavs are out. Cavs are
okay. Michael Jordan.
Hornets going to make the playoffs.
So Michael Jordan,
a good pick. He did a good job this year.
Okay. All right. So that would be the team that Detroit gets in. They knock out the Cavs. Kenny's no longer allowed in Cleveland. Good job.
Yep.
All right. So then in the West, let's see what you got here. So number 1 seed, excuse me, was the Phoenix Suns, Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors, Mavericks, Jazz, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Clippers, and Spurs. Who's out?
Who's out? Utah Jazz.
Wow. They're not going to make the playoffs. Good call. Yes, right? With all the moves and still the Donovan Mitchell thing. So, yeah, maybe. But what about the Lakers who didn't make it? Do they not just move up?
Yeah, they'll be 8th. They'll be 8th. They'll be that 7th seed.
That doesn't leave a lot of room for the Kings.
They'll get
Somebody's got to be out, my friend.
I'm telling you. Oh well, the Lakers are out there because the Kings are going to make the playoffs, yo. I prefer the Kings over the Lakers. Lakers are out then.
You think the Lakers are out again? So LeBron James doesn't make the playoffs 2 years in a row.
No.
Wow. They had a kumbaya moment. Him, Russ, AD, they all talked. They're going to run it back.
Doesn't matter.
Westbrook got a new agent. He's all fired up, ready to go.
It doesn't matter. Russ is just like he needs to shell of himself.
Definitely not the same player in LA. So
No.
I want to thank you for your time today, Kenny. Your NBA insight. We got the Kings and the Pistons going to the playoffs next this upcoming season, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Obviously, again, rest in peace, the great Bill Russell. And we'll be back hopefully next week. We'll do it again. All right, my friend.
I hope so.
Let's get some peace in this world.
Yes.